Hello everyone, welcome to a new YouTube video. In today's episode I want to be talking about resistors, what are resistors, why do we use them, why Vim has it. Now, I don't know if you already came across with a situation where, for example, you yank some text, which will be in another editors will be like Control C or Command C, depends on the platform computer that you are, and then you would, for example, delete some text, and then after you delete that text you try to paste it with the P key, but in another ID will be Control V or Command V, and then instead of pasting the text that you copied or you yanked, you paste the text that you deleted. This is not an issue or bug from Vim. It actually works like that. It's intentional, and you will see why. And the answer will be on resistors. And that's what we are going to cover today. I'm going to be going back and forth between slides and Vim. I'm going to be using regular Vim in this one because there's no need to have new Vim in this particular case, and I want to show you a specific thing, Vim thing, and not like a plugin or something like that. This is native. This is native to Vim, by the way. Bram designed this and implemented this in this way, and we are going to see it. As always, starting with some slides. Let's see what we have. So what's the deal with resistors? Kind of boxes where we can store different things we do in Vim. So this could be us, the users that use Vim, or could be the Vim itself. There are some resistors we are going to see in a second that Vim handles it and manages it by itself, and we don't need to do nothing with that, but we are going to see why it is like that. So not the same as clipboard. So this is kind of what I was saying, like one of the most confusing concept on Vim. Clipboard of Vim is different than what we're used to. So this was what I was explaining in the beginning. When you copy, then you delete the text, and then instead of pasting it, copied text, you paste the deleted text. This is intentional, and we will see why in a second. So first of all, we have the colon reg list. We can use the command colon reg or resistor, as we will see in Vim, to check all of our resistors content. So I have a file in here that I can use to show you, or to I've just created to have some examples on this case. So let's see what are the resistors that we have. Right now we only have two resistors. We will have more and more as the time goes by and we use Vim, but right now I only have two. It's just not only because it's mostly because I don't use Vim, I use NeoVim, but yeah, now we have two on it. We are going to see some examples on this. This one I already can say you. This one is the file name and the extension of the file. In this case is register example.txt, which is the file that I'm editing. But here we can see that Vim is already resisting one by ourselves. If we would be like, I don't know, in another example.txt, it will appear here another example.txt. So Vim managed this one by ourselves, and this one as well it's managed by Vim. But we are going to see some use cases of us users managing or Vim managing it. So then we have the quotation mark key. Every time we want to interact with the resistor, we can use the quotation mark. In insert mode, we can use the Control R followed by the resistor we want to access the content. So this is the two ways that we have to use the resistor, and yeah, this is how we can basically interact with the resistor. We can see now an example. So I'm going to do double Y to copy this line, and then I'm going to go to a new line, and then I'm going to do Control R, and you can see it already introduces the quotation mark there. And then I'm gonna already do one, which is 0. We are going to see what is the 0 in a second, but yeah, I've accessed the 0 resistor, and yeah, it just pasted the thing that I've just copied, and boom, that's it. That's how it works basically in the basic example. We could also do quotation, like in normal mode, quotation mark, and then 0, and then P, and it will paste the content that it's on the resistor 0 basically. So the most important resistors. Now here, side note on this slide, there are of course a bunch more that you can just dive deep. I'm not going to go into detail of every single one, because if I will go in detail to every single one, the video will take hours, and there might be a chance that you will never use all of them. So I'm gonna introduce to you the ones that I use most and the ones that I think that it's the most important ones on the next following slides. But even in each one, you could like dive deep even more in each one, because there's so much advanced things that you can do with them. But I'm going with the ones that I used and I feel that it's the most important ones. So first we have the unnamed resistor. This resistor is filled by Vim. So it's the first one that we will see that it's managed automatically by Vim. Every time that you cut, delete, or yank text, Vim will fill this unnamed resistor. This is why we have the strange behavior when we yank text. This is, by the way, I forgot to put in here, the key to access it is quotation mark again. So you do double quotation mark and you access this unnamed resistor, or you can use the P, which is the one that we use. And here is the strange behavior that I was talking about. So whenever you press the P key, which stands for paste, I think that it's not really the name of the key, but to be like giving you like a way to memorize, the P stands for paste. At least in my head, it's the best way to memorize. And whenever you push the P key, you are not accessing the clipboard as we used to do when we are in another IDE. We access the named resistor, and in the named resistor we have everything that we cut, delete, or yank stored in that unnamed resistor. So we will see here, if I go to res, so we already have kind of some other ones, and there we have two quotation marks, I love Vim. And let's see if I delete not this line, but maybe this line. Let's see this line. I'm gonna delete this line. I'm gonna go there, resistors, and then boom, I have everything that I have deleted. And now if I press P, I paste it again. So what P stands for is I can do with you. So I'm gonna do the first in normal mode, the first quotation mark, and then the second quotation mark. Oops. The first quotation mark, and then the second quotation mark, and then P. So yeah, as you can see, it just pasted that. And now I can do, for example, to show to you, the quotation mark, the 0, and then P. And then this was what we yanked previously. So as you can see, when we do P, so I deleted the I love Vim, and I've done P, and I've just pasted what I've deleted. So this is what caused like confusion, and what it's like the strange behavior. It's that whenever you paste in Vim, you are not pasting from the clipboard of Vim, but you are pasting from the unnamed resistor, and that's why we have the P key. Of course, if you are, for example, in a Mac, you could do command V, and it will paste from the system clipboard. But yeah, in Vim it manages the things a little bit differently. So that we have the named resistor. We can assign whatever we want to these resistors, and it will be stored on the respective resistor we select. We can use from lowercase a to capital Z, but lowercase letter will replace existing information and capital letter will append it. So this is a typical case of the user managing the resistor. So for example, I'm gonna be copying this letter, and I want to copy it to the hey. So I'm gonna copy the all word, not the letter. Sorry. So I'm gonna do quotation mark A, and then yank a word. And now let's see what we have in there. So we have quotation mark A, love. So yeah, I've just copied this word. So now I want to replace everything from I want to replace this word with the one that we had before. Okay, so we can do the same thing. So I can do quotation mark A and yank everything. So let's see if it replaces. Yes, it replaces. So I quotation mark A and it replaced Vim. So now I want to append it. So let's try to append from the space to the end of the world. Let's do quotation mark, capital A now, and then let's do another the entire word. So let's see now. So now we have Vim love. So you have this kind of interaction that you can do, like kind of interacting with Vim and with the registers, so you can replace, you can append, and this is all that you can do from A to Z. And always remember, the lowercase one you just replace everything, and the capital case is just appended. I want to bring attention to this one as well. So we have these two one. So every time that you insert like a comment, it will also Vim will also manage the register and store it in there, and that's why sometimes you can access hopefully this one. You can access all of the comments that you inserted in a comment line. Yeah, it's because Vim also keeps track of it, but in this case it will only show in the registers list, it will only show the last one that you introduced. So now we have numbered registers. The most close to the regular system clipboard, it stores the yanked text. It works as an history of all of the yanked text that the user yank. However, it's important to understand that it's only the case for the register 0. From register 1 to 9 also stores the deleted text. So from 1 to 9, it's kind of a history for the unnamed register that we saw a couple of slides ago. It's kind of an history. So the 1, it's the most recent yanked, in this case deleted text, and the 9, it's the most oldest deleted text, and the 0, it's every text that you yank, only yank a text, we go to the 0. So the quotation mark 0, it's the most close that you have to the clipboard on the regulars IDEs, and we can see from here. So I'm gonna delete, maybe gonna delete this one, I'm gonna delete the space, I'm gonna delete this one, and then I'm gonna yank all of this entire line. So let's have a look now to the registers, and we have the 0, which is the yanked one, and now we have all of the other ones that I delete in kind of an history. Now let's try to delete another one. I'm gonna try to delete this one. Let's see which registers did it change. Okay, the 0 kept the copied, the yanked text that I made, but the 1, it's a new one that we deleted, so it gets updated. And now instead of 6, we have 7 registers, that the history of 7 registers. And this is how it works. So every time that you delete, it stores the registers from 1 to 9, and even I think that copied one. So let's try to copy this one. I'm gonna try to copy this line, and let's see. Yeah, so it just updated, and see also the unnamed one gets updated as well, because was the last operation. So yeah, this is kind of how it works. And yeah, the quotation 0, it's always similar with the system clipboard. Now expression registers, this is one kind of funny register. So the most different register you can have, it will accept an expression, evaluate the expression, and return the result of the expression. For example, quotation mark equal 2 plus 2. So this is can be some other things or some more complex mathematical things. So this will always return the result of an expression. Let me put that one as well. And now let's see, like if I do that thing, so I'm gonna do quotation mark, and I'm gonna do plus not plus, sorry, quotation mark equal, and then I'm gonna do 2 plus 2. Look at here at the bottom, we have kind of a different thing. Now I'm gonna put equal, and now I'm gonna insert that, so I'm gonna do control R, and then equal 2 plus 2 again, and boom, there we have it. So this is kind of like having some expression that will be evaluated, and then it will just store the result. I think that we can also see it in here. So the equal, yeah, we have the expression instead of the result stored, but yeah, you can evaluate some basically some expressions. So then we have the system clipboard. So we can access the system clipboard of the operating system and paste content we copy from our operating system, and we can even copy to the operating system with the resistor plus. So let's have a look to it. So I want to copy all of this entire life. So I'm gonna do quotation mark and then plus and then young or double Y. And then after I've copied to the system clipboard, I'm gonna create just a new tab in the Tmux, and I'm gonna do Command V in here. I'm gonna paste it. Boom! As you can see, the line that I've copied with the system clipboard. And yeah, you could also do the same, like copy something from, like for example, I can copy these resistors. I'm gonna do Command C, and now I'm gonna go to the game again, and I'm gonna do I'm being in insert mode. As you can see, I'm gonna do Control R. I'm gonna do plus. We have resistors one that we copied. This is a way to interact between Vim and system clipboard. It doesn't interact directly. Now you could add some stuff in your Vim configuration file to have it automatically interact with the system clipboard. But yeah, I had that in the past, but then I've just started to use the resistors more, and yeah, I prefer to use the resistors and have the resistors reference in my head instead of having synchronized automatically between Vim and the system clipboard. And yeah, there's much more. There's of course much more resistors that can be explored. This was just an introduction with the basics so that you can follow and grasp the true meaning and power of Vim with resistors. So yeah, you of course you can go to the documentation, or there's so much more information in the internet that we can find about more resistors and what you can do with them, and more use cases and more advanced things and all of that. But I hope that this made you understand how it works, why do we have resistors, and how we can interact with them, and just have in your mind that resistors are kind of some boxes that you can put content in there, and then you can access to it and manipulate it, and yeah, do a bunch of cool stuff with the resistors. So yeah, I just wanted to once and for all give you a good understanding, and I hope that this was really useful for you, and you find it really useful, and you start these resistors from now on. And as always, I want to bring your attention to ask your help to just subscribe and like to this video if you find it useful. Um, I want to really produce even more content. And yeah, I want attention to some comments I've seen in my videos. You have been asking me for my dot files, my configuration files. I've been answering. I'm gonna prepare kind of a repository with everything for you guys. As soon as I have completed, I'm gonna start to add it to the upcoming videos. I haven't had much time to prepare it, but yeah, I haven't forgot. I'm gonna add in the next upcoming videos as soon as I have the repository done. And yeah, I hope you have liked it. Please like and subscribe the video. Tell your friends to follow, maybe to your company. Just show them my channel, and and show them, look, you can learn a little bit from this guy. Hopefully I can help you on this process of integrating with him. And yeah, have fun with Vim, and I see you around. See you on the next video. Bye bye, guys.